So, dude,
Hey,
welcome
everybody,
to
guys,
the
back to the Reckham Gaming Experience.
Wow. This
Oh my
episode is
gosh.
sponsored by Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace makes great whiskey for dudes who listen to podcasts. I'm kidding. It's not.
This episode is sponsored by ivermectin. Put it up there.
Put it
That's a shit show already.
Fucking
Andy, put it up there.
I say we keep this. I say we keep
Oh,
this.
absolutely. This is staying in.
Okay. Gregor Gaming Experience. It's a gaming news industry discussion show. I'm not gonna spend 5 million years talking about. Well, then tomorrow we're gonna. I'm just gonna introduce everybody and then we're gonna get into it. On my left we have Gabriel, Valorant professional gamer, about to get picked up by TSM. Say hi to everybody.
Hello. That's not true, but sure. We'll go with it.
Birdman, mod in my Discord and in my Twitch chat for a long time now. Friend of the channel. Say hi, Bird.
Hey, it was bopping.
Luke, fellow mod and also friend of the channel.
Howdy.
And Pat, who you guys know
Hey.
Pat by now.
If you don't know Pat by now, have you been living under a rock? Should I start calling
If
you
you don't
Pat?
know
Watch the
Pat by now,
barbecue party.
Good.
Oh
Watch
yes, yeah,
barbecue
a
party.
very influential co-host on the Dead channel known as the Barbecue Party that got featured on Hassan Piker stream for 5 seconds.
I stopped COVID deaths in their tracks with my
Yes, you did.
misinformation handling.
I don't know why
Single-
Joe Biden didn't pick you up on his team, honestly.
I was
You
I was
picked
trying
up
to be the
Olivia
next Kumar.
Rodrigo.
What about Olivia Rodrigo?
Did you not hear about this? She did a press conference at the White House talking about getting the vaccine.
Oh my, we just said the
Yeah.
words. We just said them. Now the YouTube algorithm is going to put a little thing that's like, get
Oh,
information
oh.
about COVID-19 fact. Is going to do the
Hashtag
little
Oh
Olivia.
thing.
gosh.
Now you tag
Oh,
this video with
golly geesh,
Olivia
we're gonna
Rodrigo.
have-
Millions of hits.
Yes, that's what you do. You tag it
That's a
with
very good
Olivia
point.
Rodrigo now.
Yeah, I put Olivia Rodrigo in the thumbnail now.
Some poor middle-aged white girl is gonna be
Olivia
looking
Rodrigo
for-
did what? Question
Oh
mark, red circle
goodness.
arrow?
She's only mentioned in that one segment of the entire
Yes.
podcast.
Some people are gonna try to
This
look
We're
isn't the
gonna
Philip
make
Franco
some shit out
show.
of
This
it.
is a gaming podcast.
Oh my god.
Speaking of gaming news, Respawn Entertainment gave everyone in their community blue balls the other day. Birdman is a qualified Titanfall expert. He studied Titanfall at the University of Titanfall in Titanfall, Tennessee.
Yep.
Lovely place.
So
Their mascot, the Titans.
what the fuck? Why would you do that? Why would you tell everybody Titanfall is really important to us and then not say anything else about a very highly anticipated sequel that people have been asking for a long time?
And I think what hurts the most about it is the fact that they're saying that it's core to their DNA. And the game for like, I don't know how many months now has just been ravaged by weird DOSing and stream sniping that crashes servers, and Titanfall 2 fans literally like holding Apex Legends hostage.
It's
It hurts even more like knowing that there were all these issues, and then they just kind of like were like, yeah, we're working on it, we're doing something, but it took them forever.
it's such a weird situation to me, because you have like this high school drama in the Titanfall community where the guy who was trying to save Titanfall was also the guy who was hacking Titanfall, and then you had a bunch of people hacking Apex to say save Titanfall, and then you had a bunch of Apex players getting pissed off, and it was all so weird. And then you got Respawn out here trying to increase the stock price of copium for everyone. So everyone's just overdosing on copium right now. Oh god, here comes Titanfall 3.
Yeah, I saw people on the subreddit talking about how the community had Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, I can see that because it's a game that a lot of these people, they've spent a lot of time playing, and it just kind of feels neglected. And then they say, contrary to what some folks are reporting, Titanfall's core to our DNA, and then tease something.
I love it whenever businesses at a corporate level put out public statements going, we know that reporters are saying this, but it's usually there's some instances where, yeah, it's important to get the record straight because depending on the circumstances, news outlets will get the wrong information or try to push or a very heavy spin on a piece of information. But most of the time, I've seen, especially in the gaming industry, I usually see it in regards to a company doing a faux pas. Reporters correctly state that these things happened, and then the company's like, well, we don't want to get the wrong idea out there, you know? It's like, what do you mean? You guys did this. You did it. You said it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you expect to happen.
It's the one soy boy. Well, actually.
Yeah, it's very it's very well actually. It's very well actually of them. Actually, we haven't said we weren't working on Titanfall 3. And I don't have anything against Respawn as a company. Like I'm not
No, they're the
invested.
best. They're
Yeah.
great.
I'm probably the biggest Respawn shill there will ever be. So
It's just bizarre optics from a communication standpoint. Like,
Definitely is. That tweet of theirs is like so strange. Who knows what the future holds? I saw a funny article on PC Gamer, and the headline was, "Who knows what the future holds for Titanfall? Say people who know what the future holds for Titanfall."
Yeah, literally.
Speaking of PC Gamer articles, I think they just recently released one that was like Halo Infinite is secretly Titanfall 3, and
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm overdosing on copium right now as we speak, but that is some copium.
Yeah.
Like
Wishful thinking,
I'm
to say
glad.
the least.
I don't know. I think I wouldn't put it past them that they are working on Titanfall 3. It's
Yeah,
like
there was-
Titanfall is their biggest like title, other than I guess Star Wars Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Mhm.
I kind of see both sides of the coin. Like on one hand, they shouldn't have tweeted that out. That was kind of dumb because it sort of gives like this false hope among an entire fan base that loves this game.
mhm.
But like, I can also see why they wouldn't want to like straight up announce that they're making Titanfall 3, because you see how much shit Bethesda's getting like year after year since they announced Elder Scrolls 6. Even though they did say like during that show where they announced it that they weren't gonna like start really promoting that game until after they released Starfield. But like even after them saying that, they've said, okay, where's Elder Scrolls 6? Why are we not getting Elder Scrolls 6? Can you talk about Elder Scrolls 6, please? Can you stop releasing Skyrim and give us Elder
stop.
Scrolls
Yeah,
6?
stop constantly releasing Skyrim.
But like this entire time, I'm just like, man, I kind of want to just see what Starfield is, to be honest.
I don't know what I want Bethesda to do. I just want Bethesda to make a good game.
I want them to
I want
make
them to
complete
stop
games.
re-releasing Skyrim and just make a
Well,
good
Greg, that's too much to ask. Here's your Skyrim remastered
game.
again.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It would be like the whole Titanfall thing reminds me of, let's say they didn't make a Spider-Man movie for like 5 years. And then
Right.
the Marvel Twitter account says, who knows what the future holds for Spider-Man?
Like,
Yeah.
you do.
It's like,
You
huh?
can tell us right now. These
What kind
are
of
in your plans.
what is this even? Whatever, man. I don't
Spider-Man
know.
6, Spider-Man fucking dies.
I think that in Apex they could do a number of different things. They could do a crossover event. Some people have speculated that they could do
Like with Martin
a
Luther King.
respawn. I managed to forget about that, and then you brought it up.
Sorry, go ahead.
Agony.
Agony, pain.
Next, they're gonna put in Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, we need
in
to.
Fortnite. Yeah.
Yes. 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 Do it.
I'm gonna start having World War
My
II.
queen.
They'll turn MLK into a Titan.
Girl
You can
boss.
I'm okay.
That's
No,
what it's going to be called. It's
They'll
going to be
give-
called
they'll-
hashtag girl boss.
They'll make
They're
a.
gonna
they'll-
reskin all the grunts to KKK members and make Martin Luther King a giant mech.
You know how you can get a different
Yes.
pilot voice in your Titan? They're just gonna have MLK be the pilot voice. Just gonna have an
It's like
Every
MLK
time he
sample-
steps on
AI.
someone,
sample
I have a
speeches.
dream.
get a Malcolm X skin, and he just punches everybody. He was
He
about
just
that
pulls
violence.
out. He just pulls out a 30 carbine and just starts dumping. Have you seen that picture of
I'm
him where he's
done.
like holding like
New Siege Operator.
Yeah, the famous one in the window.
That's the throwback DLC for the 1963 DLC.
I can't wait for my MLK castle
That'd be
skin.
sick, dude. Oh my god.
Except it's just Team Rainbow is going after Malcolm X because, well.
Oh. So,
That
Anyway.
brings us to the Red
Respawn.
Scare portion of the podcast.
the red score, the red scare.
We might edit
expansion.
that out.
No, with every portion of the podcast, you need a Red Scare portion. China's bringing facial recognition to make sure kids aren't playing games too much. That's scary.
We talked about COVID, conspiracy theories about the circumstances regarding Malcolm X's death, and now you want to talk about China facial recognition.
I want to talk
Are you trying to get this shit pulled off?
Yeah, I want it demonetized
The
immediately.
airlink.
We
Demonetized,
discussed
limited
topics, and then we
audience.
somehow
I'm trying to
brought
get
in
blacklisted.
civil rights.
This just reminds me of the time that one fucking Redditor was like, he made a post saying the Queen will die on this specific date, and he had actual European law enforcement after him for it.
Yikes!
Because they thought he was planning an assassination.
Yikes!
The real goal of this podcast is to get on a watch list.
Yes.
Already done
If
that.
we aren't already.
Already there, bro.
Speaking of Call of Duty, well, not Call of Duty, but Titanfall related games to Call of Duty, because Titanfall and Call of Duty are kind of like cousins.
Mm-hmm.
COD Vanguard is a game, and
Yes.
it will
Really?
it will
It is
be
a Call of Duty.
it will be released, and people will play it. There will be servers that you can sign into to play online multiplayer with.
And love it or
will
not,
have, it will have team deathmatch.
Yes, it'll have team deathmatch. It'll have search and destroy. It'll have domination.
it will
Headquarters.
definitely have guns.
It'll have
It
guns.
will have a campaign mode.
It will have a
Are
campaign. mode.
we
It
sure?
will have a campaign. It will have a campaign.
Okay,
Maybe not, honestly.
it's a pretty high bar.
Love it or hate
mean,
it, COD Vanguard.
Will
is
people
a
play the
good game.
campaign? That's the question.
I will.
At
for
least
sure.
one.
Gabe will play. Okay, one
At least Gabe will
confirmed.
play the campaign.
Confirmed
Yes.
one person.
I will play the campaign.
Dude, I don't even know if I want to pick up the game yet.
I
I mean, like,
Who's
Bro,
developing this
every-
one?
Sledgehammer
It's
Slash
Sledgehammer.
Treyarch.
slash
Okay.
Treyarch.
Treyarch's making their zombies mode for Sledgehammer
Oh,
to continue their
mm.
Dark Ether story,
wait a major key.
which is cool with me.
Major
because
key.
They're making zombies on IW's engine, and I love
Okay,
IW's
okay.
engine.
That's
So I'm just like, I'm here for it.
okay. I was getting ready to start this whole segment
Wait,
of the
was
show
Infinite
just
Warfare
talking
the
shit, and now
80s
that
one?
fucking changes everything.
Yes.
Infinite
Pat
Warfare
say?
was the game that released alongside Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2.
But it was the 80s one, right? Like the
Their zombies, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
War,
that was
I
Sledgehammer.
like that one a
was-
lot.
Their zombies was like focused around cinema, where like the first map was 80s cinema, then it went
Yeah.
to like the 70s and the 50s and shit like that, which I'm actually a really big fan of.
I loved Infinite Warfare Zombies. I thought it was a
I
lot
did
of
too.
fun.
Yeah, that was the last one I played a lot of, but it was really good.
I didn't play a lick of Infinite Warfare, but I did watch like a 16-minute review. So
Who was the boss guy that came out? Like, who was the man that came out? He was like a movie star or something. In that
you
map.
talking
You
about
wanna talk-
Willard Wyler? Oh, you talking about the special guest,
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff?
Oh, it was David Hasselhoff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, back to Vanguard. Treyarch is making their zombies mode, so they're gonna release their final round-based map for Cold War in season 6, and that's gonna sort of set up the story for Vanguard.
Mm.
Okay,
So
this is what they
that's
need. This is
giving-
what they need to do.
Yeah.
This is what they need to do. They need to stop fucking around with attaching zombies to an existing Call of Duty game, and just let people buy COD zombies for like $20.
Yeah, I was about to
$30.
say. It sounds like the only reason to buy the new Call of Duty is once again for the zombies mode.
I mean, it's been that way for how long?
It's been that way
It's
since like
for a
Black
good
Ops.
bit. I mean, I bought Modern Warfare just because I love like Modern Warfare sub franchise. I love the Modern Warfare series as a whole, so I bought that for like everything. Cold War I mainly bought for zombies, and then like I think every Treyarch title before that I bought for zombies.
I couldn't stand Cold War. I played the beta for that
Yeah,
before it dropped, the multiplayer beta. Hated it. Loved Modern Warfare 2019. Loved it.
I
Yes.
think I just played too much Modern Warfare.
Couldn't.
2019 that
Yeah, Black Ops
by the
Cold
time
War was.
Cold War came out, I was like, I'm just
It's
I did
okay.
get-
So you know you get like a hot dog, and then there's there's a hot dog that has like pickled onions on it and fucking Dijon mustard and like all sorts of like
The works.
different seasonings and it's a cacophony of flavors, right? It's a lot more satisfying. And then you get just a regular fucking hot dog from a hot dog stand with cart water and yellow mustard. That's how it felt going from Infinite Warfare 2019 to Black Ops Cold War. Like,
Yeah.
it just had no personality.
As somebody that played Cold War's multiplayer enough to get the Dark Matter camo for it, I have to agree that like it started off kind of decent for me.
Yeah,
and then
because it was like,
sort of
oh,
went,
this TTK is nice. Like,
yeah, you know, the
but then it was
pacing's nice. We got the standard mini map back. You know, this is okay. And then like upon playing it more, I was just like, you know what? I don't
think
even
it was
really
the
care for
kill
this game
streak
all that much.
system.
Yeah,
think
I
it
don't
was
like
the-
the kill streak system in Cold War either.
Yeah.
Cold War was just such a fever dream for me. I forgot it even existed up until now.
Honestly, even the zombies mode, like the zombies mode is good in its own right, but I still don't think it's all that good compared to other modes in the series. Like Black Ops 3 zombies mode is like number one for me.
Oh yeah.
Infinite Warfare zombies mode was really fun all around. Black Ops 1 or World at War had amazing zombies modes. Cold War, they did some cool things and they did make some cool changes to get the casual community to
Mhm.
actually play it.
Yeah.
But
I think that
what
was the problem.
made zombies for me was the challenging Easter eggs and the actual challenging maps and the whole bare bones start. You start with the pistol, you work with the box and wall weapons to up your arsenal. But Cold War, they sort of did away with both of those things. You start with whatever gun you want, and you upgrade the rarity for it and get more damage, but that's still not as intriguing to me.
I definitely agree, but like a lot of the beauty of the zombies mode to me is the simplicity of it and like the grittiness of it, and like you have to build yourself up from that nothing place, and yeah, that's the core
It makes it
mode,
like the
and when you
payoff
fuck with
is
that, you
the
mess with it,
payoff
you
is
mess
more
it up.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was the same with Easter eggs. Like they made the Easter eggs in Cold War for zombies just really easy to do and easy to solve.
You just followed the instructions.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
There
you're
wasn't
building
really
a
a
Lego
lot
set,
of. Yeah.
and you just follow the booklet. But like in previous games, it would take weeks sometimes to solve some of these Easter eggs. And in Cold War, all of them have been solved in like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And it just
It's
made
more
it
like
kinda lackluster.
Destiny. It's more like a Destiny raid than COD Zombies. That's
Right.
what it is. That's why I wasn't really down with it, was just because I played D2 a whole bunch. So I was like, man.
So, like, I might be remembering incorrectly, but Destiny 2 released like this thing called the Forge, and the community, they were all trying to figure it out. Bungie themselves had to give out hints to help people solve it because they were just so stuck. And like, I get that there's challenging, and I enjoy challenging mechanics, challenging puzzles, but that was just absurd. That was fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
there is such thing as like a too difficult like Easter egg hunt.
Mhm.
If it takes a community months to solve this one thing that the developers put into the game for you to solve, if it takes months to solve that, it's too hard and you need to dial it back. Black Ops
It's
3,
too
like
obscure.
for zombies, like it was kind of the perfect mode as far as Easter eggs are concerned, because they weren't too difficult. It did take a little bit to solve a couple of them. Like Revelations took like a week or so to solve the first step. But once we solved the first step for it, it was like it kept rolling. But even though they were difficult to solve, or it took a little bit to solve, it was easy to replicate. You could do them right now. I could do them right now, like while we're doing this podcast, and do an Easter egg.
Mm.
But it's just not the same in Cold War, and I kind of wish it was.
My thing is, I very much enjoyed the gameplay loop of Modern Warfare, the reboots multiplayer. I thought they nailed the gunplay the feel and the style that they wanted to do by porting it to a new engine and breathing fresh air into it. And I think that when you look at the original Modern Warfare that dropped a long time ago, and then World at War coming straight after it, you went from Modern Warfare to World at War, and you basically had a reskin version of Modern Warfare and a World War II body, which was fine.
And that's
because
essentially what Vanguard is. It's
Yeah.
a reskin of Modern Warfare 2019.
yeah, and I don't necessarily have a problem with doing that again, but I think what more people, and I could be reading the room wrong here, but what I think more people are kind of confused about trying to do a World War II setting in a AAA environment, is that it looks like a Marvel flick. You know?
Yeah.
I don't get the
I get
same
that.
kind of vibe from this game that I did from World at War. And I know that like pointing that out always pisses people off because they go, it's just a freaking video game. Why are you so mad? But there's something to be said about an art style in terms of making your game more appealing or not. And that was
For
one of the
me,
issues
it's-
I had with that was the main issue I had with Battlefield 5. Wasn't necessarily that they were trying to, all the arguments have already been told by now and beaten in the dirt about the wokeness arguments with Battlefield 5. And I don't have any fucking problem with doing, having a woke campaign, because there's plenty of stories that you can tell from World War II. I would argue.
Yeah, I think that like there's a mission in Battlefield 5 where you're playing as like a forced African conscript in the French army, and I think that that's probably one of the best like World War II themed, maybe even war themed like missions in like a game that I've played.
Yeah, it's a
really I
There's- yeah,
knew
there's definitely
nothing
still
about it. I just knew like the time, and because of that, it was just kind of like filling in some gaps and like telling a real story that was really powerful and taught me something, which is like really like if the goal's to entertain, but you're also able to educate, then I think that's a job well done.
If you can accomplish both,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
you've done a good job. And there's plenty of stories they can tell besides that too. There were plenty of Black Americans that fought in the Second World War on both the Western and the Pacific Front. There were entire regiments and entire companies comprised completely of Black soldiers. There was the well-known Black Panthers armored group. It was a group of tankers that fought on the Western Front. There was a group of Mexican pilots in the Pacific that came over to the U.S. and they had like a little. It was like a joint. It was like a diplomatic effort between the United States and Mexico to get more pilots to fight on the Pacific Front. And you had a whole flight of Mexican pilots that flew P-47s in the Pacific. They did,
201st. The 201st, I remembered because
yeah,
you have the 101st is Screaming Eagles, and I remembered that they're 201. I thought that was funny because like that's their A1 fighter pilots, and it's 201, and then ours are best guys. So I remember that.
Yeah, so the
Mnemonic
world's your
devices.
oyster with writing, and then I see like whatever the fuck you guys have seen like the skins and stuff, right? The they had like this promotional pre-order thing, which is like it's like a PPSH, but it has like American naval air insignias on it.
Yeah, it's their
with-
mastercraft
with like the and the magazine looks like it fires like little like tiny little bombs, and it's got like exhaust fumes on the front. It's supposed to kind of look like a old fighter plane, but it's like it's a Russian, it's a Soviet gun with like American iconography on it, and
It's just odd.
it just
Well, that's
looks
cultural appropriation.
it just looks
I'm
so frankly I'm downright irritated. No, but I'm not even that. I'm not that
I'm
pressed
not
about it. It just
huge.
looks dumb. Like I don't get
Yeah,
it.
like I think that you can do like I'm not a huge stickler for like historical accuracy or anything, but some of the things are just kind of ridiculous. Like you have like incredibly advanced optics for that time
Yeah,
period. To
it just
me,
looks weird.
yeah, it just doesn't look right. And like I think that's a failure in art style in a way.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Oh, go ahead.
And Cold War also did things like that. Like they have EOTech holographic sights. It's like those weren't out for a couple more years, bud. And it's like I don't want to like be that guy, the well actually
Actually,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. It's just weird. It's an art style thing, I feel like. It doesn't ruin the game for me, but it's just uncomfortable to look at, I feel like.
Yeah, and you'll get the weirdos who are like, "Oh, it's just a video game. It doesn't matter." And 99% of the time, they're also the same guys who throw a temper tantrum over black people and women in Battlefield 5.
Historically
true.
accurate bird.
I just have like issues with some of the mastercrafts that they release. Like when it comes to certain like weapon variants and blueprints in COD, there are some that look cool and they have some cool effects. They're comparable to some Valorant skins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are pretty cool. There were some cool ones back in Black Ops 4, but then there are others that just sort of take me out of it. Like they
Yeah.
had one mastercraft in the Cold War where it turns your Galil into this big black dragon, and when you inspect it, does this little flying animation.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, why? I mean, it to an extent it looks cool. Some of the design looks cool, some of the color scheme looks cool, but overall, I'm just like, okay, this could have been this
It's
time
just a
in development
design.
could have been put somewhere else.
It's like a weird design choice that just kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of odd to me.
It just feels like if you're gonna do it, I feel that AAA companies should probably just stay away from World War II at this point, because
Yeah.
I think there are too many. I think like you cannot it's impossible. You cannot please everybody with going into this time period.
Yeah.
It is too loaded politically. There are too many implications in terms of trying to get these games to appeal to a wide range of people to play them. Let's be honest, the overwhelming majority of people who were playing World at War were young men and boys, right?
Mhm.
And now games are a lot more mainstream than they used to be, plus 10 years ago. And people don't feel right about queuing into a game, and then it's just like, oh, hey, well, what was the extra credits episode? You guys remember that whole
Oh
controversy?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was just like you're
It was
playing your
like,
favorite World War II game, and then you're a Nazi, and it's like, okay, guy, I get it, I get where you're coming from, but
Let's replace all guns with water guns.
it's a World War II game. Like at a certain point, you have to kind of make you can make a personal decision for yourself. Like I think this promotes a way of thinking that I don't like. I think the implications here are bad, and me personally, I'm not going to make the choice to play this game. That's fine. I mean, if you have personal convictions about that, I go ahead. But I don't think that it's too much. Like if I was a CEO of one of these companies, and somebody came up to me and they were like, "Hey, we're trying to make like I'm talking like a big AAA studio trying to sell a game to everybody, right? Not like a little milsim, company that's like, I know the market that I'm appealing to, right? I'm dealing with like tactical bros, right? Tactical bros aren't going to complain about this shit, right? Because that they're going to play games like
Basically,
they're
how
going to
do you
play
do
games like Hell
Fellowship
Let Loose. They're going to play
corporates?
games like Insurgency Sandstorm. If I'm working for EA or Activision or whoever, and they're like, oh hey, let's make a modern take on World War II, I'll be like, get the shit out of here, man. We're not doing this. Like,
Yeah.
it's too hard. It's impossible to do. In my
It really
opinion.
is, because
Like-
either you try to appeal to like the woke crowd or all this shit, and you add in some black people, you add in some trans people, you add in women to whatever, and you upset historical fanatics and capital G gamers.
Capital
So
G.
you're like, okay, well, we'll make a different game, and it's not going to have any of those. It's going to be entirely historically accurate. Well, you're going to upset the woke crowd, and you're going to get people calling your game bigoted, like transphobic, homophobic,
Yeah.
racist. It's
Yeah,
not good
learn.
press.
Well, it's like you got the whole thing with the swastika too, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that they can't put in the game if it's sold in Germany, right? Because public displays of that sort of thing are not allowed in commercial products, as far as I understand. Don't quote me on the law. If somebody who's watching or listening to this episode from Germany knows the law, let me know. But I also know that with the Japanese, the old rising sun flag it carries the same kind of connotation for people from Korea, for people from China, or other parts of East Asia that were conquered by Imperial Japan. That the rising sun is their equivalent of how we in the West, like we see a swastika and we get kind of uneasy, right? It's the same thing for them over there. So where do you draw the line if you're doing a campaign about the Pacific Front? Well, now you have to, if you're trying to sell the game in East Asia, you have to be conscientious about that. So it's too, yeah,
It's just avoid
too
it.
much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you were saying.
It really
think
is just safer. and simpler.
That's one thing that I think Cold War had going for it, was the fact that it was we hadn't had the last like really popular Cold War game that we had was Black Ops, and even then they did things that weren't like super. I was really excited for like modern warfare style accuracy and reloading and function of the weapons. I
Mhm.
was so excited for that in that setting, and then that's not what happened. But that's what I was most excited for.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm a gun nerd, and I love watching like
Yeah,
I love
70s,
watching
80s
old
fire
guns.
design.
I love watching old guns get like animated properly. Kind of a weird
Mhm.
thing to be fixated on, but that's one of the cool things. That's what I loved about Battlefield 1. A lot of people didn't like Battlefield 1
Yeah.
because they were like, the settings too weird. No, everyone's gonna run around with the bolt action rifle. This is dumb. And then they made it into, kind of like a steampunky kind of thing. It was very unrealistic.
Yeah,
But the art style, they nailed the art style. Like
exactly.
it still
Everything
felt
was done faithfully.
yeah. It still
I
felt
play-
true to itself.
I played the shit out of Battlefield 1, and I'm not even like the biggest Battlefield fan. Like I've played a couple of the games, I've enjoyed them. Battlefield 1, I'd probably put in my top 50 games of all time. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
It-
Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Yeah. So do we want to talk about Nintendo Direct?
Yes, let's talk about Nintendo Direct. Bayonetta 3.
Oh my
Bayonetta
gosh,
3.
Bayonetta 3, it looks
Mommy?
amazing.
Sorry, mommy. Sorry,
Yes.
mommy.
Mommy?
I
Sorry.
knew it was gonna happen.
They look amazing. I mean, it looks amazing.
Oh my god. Shut up.
Kirby
I-
got
So
announced.
really excited for this game, guys. Really, I don't have a Nintendo Switch, but I'm very excited for this. game.
I never played Bayonetta.
Yeah, me either.
We have
Oh,
an
okay,
already like we have an already massively horny audience of Gen Z who probably haven't played a Bayonetta
Yeah, they're
game.
gonna get
Don't even know who
exposed
Bayonetta
to
is.
Bayonetta for the first time.
Yeah, so I'm just
Source
imagining they're gonna
filmmaker
get
about to
fucking
go
uber charged.
crazy.
Source filmmaker.
They're gonna get uber charged like from Team Fortress 2.
Yeah,
And
just-
there's
there's gonna be so much porn.
Speaking of horny dudes, Splatoon 3 is coming out too.
Shut up.
They come in threes.
Shut the fuck up.
Every game's getting a third sequel except fucking Titanfall.
Oh my god.
so
Left 4
sad.
Dead 3. It's just Back for Blood. Same thing.
This is how
Yeah.
we know Trump was a bad president.
Mhm.
George Bush,
Wait,
one Left 4 Dead game, Left 4 Dead 1. Obama, Left 4 Dead 2. Trump, no Left 4 Dead games. Joe Biden, about to get a Left 4 Dead game.
Based.
I
Based.
God bless.
I kind of hate that, to be honest. I wish you hadn't said that.
Over 600 languages, and he chose to speak facts.
There was no.
Anyways, they announced Kirby too.
Yes,
Another
that's
game,
it.
a new Zelda game.
So what's isn't every Kirby game like it's kind of its own thing? What's new in this one?
I have no idea. I didn't
I
really
They
think
watch
just
the
they just
direct.
said they're making a Kirby.
Yeah.
It's the 3D platformer, I know.
When's the last time they made a Kirby game?
I will
Uh,
find out for you.
couple years ago. I think the big thing for this direct was game related, was not movie related. I think we'll get to that. Was N64 and Sega Genesis games are going to be on Switch
Yes.
Online.
That is big.
That's
And
interesting. Yeah.
there's a big update for Animal Crossing, New Horizons.
Yeah, and
This Kirby game is Kirby in the Forgotten Land. It looks like if Super Mario Odyssey and Kirby had a baby,
Okay.
and I think that looks
Yeah, I think
super
Kirby's
sick.
getting the Super Mario Odyssey treatment. The
Hell
previous Kirby
yes.
game before that was Kirby Fighters 2 in 2020. Well, I think that's more of a side title. I think the last major Kirby title was Star Allies in 2018.
New Metroid
This
as well.
Metroid Dread, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it looks like the typical, the classic like side to side Metroid games.
Yes.
Which I'm super down for. I used to play Fusion, I think, Metroid Fusion on my Game Boy Advance all the time. That was such a fun game. That was my favorite Metroid game.
It looks
haven't-
great. I love the graphics and the
Yeah.
art style. Looks
Yeah,
And
it-
some
amazing.
it
old
looks-
Castlevania Game Boy Advance games are also coming to Switch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I haven't played any Castlevania games, but I saw the Netflix animated series, and that was more
That
than
show
enough to
is
get me.
sick.
It's so
So good.
good.
I haven't seen it,
And-
but I want to.
It's one of
Gotta
the
see it.
few animes that I
Gotta see
can
it.
recommend the dub for, because the dub is amazing. I
Yeah,
cannot
it's really
stress enough
good.
how good the dub is.
Personally, I think Demon Slayer's better.
We don't
Oh my
we don't
gosh,
talk about Demon
don't
Slayer
even.
on this channel.
Anyway, so
On
there's
this
also an
channel, this podcast. This is my show, and the next time someone mentions Demon Slayer,
We
we're-
have culture taste.
we're
like,
gonna I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. Okay.
I'm gonna quote tweet you
Understandable.
on Twitter.
I think it's a great show because it's good background noise.
That's
That's what
a
it's good
great
for.
assessment of Demon Slayer. If you want
Yeah.
White
something
noise.
if you want something to fucking fall asleep to, watch Demon Slayer, or don't.
Hey,
Except you're
babe.
not
Hey,
watching
babe,
it.
Is it okay
'cause
if
you're
I turn on
asleep.
some white noise while we sleep? Yeah, go for it. Just
Fucking-
I'm not going to say
Pull-
anything
pulls
'cause I
out
actually
Netflix.
enjoyed Demon Slayer. So they're
Yeah, same
porting the
here.
original Knights of the Old Republic to the Switch too, in celebration of
Wait,
the
what?
remake.
Yeah.
The original Knights of the Old Republic game is being ported to the Switch.
That's
That's
wild.
big.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Switch
Everybody
gamers
getting
getting
Switch
everything.
ports.
Are we finally at a point where we've stopped like caring about graphics to the point where we use them as like a primary selling point and then ignore games based off of their graphical fidelity?
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
No, I don't think
Almost.
so.
Almost.
I think it's good. I think
Well,
I
there's some
think
bad
a good
graphics.
portion-
as
I think
as
a good portion of gamers don't really care about graphics, and then there's another portion that's like, holy shit,
But-
this game looks absolutely amazing. Graphics are getting
Yeah,
so
I think
insane.
it's the loud minority.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that most of the people who care a shit ton about graphics probably can't even run. Their computer can't run anything
So
Right.
true
that
too.
insane.
KOTOR remake.
That looks awesome.
Yes.
I'm excited for that.
Spider-Man 2. Oh, I'm so excited for Spider-Man.
I'm not
2.
gonna KOTOR. KOTOR's my baby. KOTOR's like my favorite game series of all time. I am happy that they're doing something with it, but I'm going to remain cautiously skeptical until I actually get to
Cautiously
play it.
optimistic.
Or yeah, I actually
That-
get to see it.
That's the
true.
policy that I
'Cause
try to follow.
This is the games industry we're talking about here,
Mhm.
and it's anything can
And
get
EA
ruined.
is EA is loosely related as well.
Oh boy,
BioWare is not touching it though. So
Who's developing
this
it?
is
That's
Aspire.
Aspire.
Aspire. They did.
they did your mom.
Oh,
my
okay.
gosh.
That might
can't believe
might
you
Oh
change
said
my-
that
things.
to me. I can't believe you said that to me. It's insane.
This Nintendo Direct though, one other thing I wanted to say about it while he finds that is the Project Triangle strategy looks like just Octopath Travelers. Looks like kind of a
Yeah.
Somebody in my
trying to ride
Discord
that wave.
asked me what my least favorite genre of game was, and I was like, Japanese turn-based RPG.
Honestly.
and then I have Coder as like one of my favorite games of all time, which doesn't really count because it's real time and turn-based. Okay, it put the two together in a way that wasn't cringe and annoying.
I remember playing KOTOR in my 7th grade social studies class on my iPad. Because
What the heck?
Because I'm a Zoomer
Nice,
and we had iPads in the classroom.
nice.
You know what I had when I was a kid? Mario.
What I have in
It's the only
7th
game
grade.
I had. And you know what I have today? Still Mario. What the hell?
Mario
starring
movie
Chris
starring Chris Pratt
But starring Chris
Mario
Pratt.
starring
Yeah,
Chris
let's
Pratt.
go.
and Keegan Michael Key,
Yeah.
Yes,
And
dude, that's
Charlie
so
Day
hyped to
and
me.
Jack Black.
Seth Rogen.
The funny thing is, I'm pretty sure the original Mario voice actor is still alive, so they
He's
could
making-
get him involved.
So
He's making a cameo in the movie. They
Yeah.
announced
He's
him
making a
fucking
cameo in the movie, but he's not actually voicing Mario.
I'm
'cause they
I'm
wanna
so
s-
confused. I'm so
There's
confused by this
speculation that
one.
he's voicing Wario.
I'm just
I
don't
I can imagine them using his voice in like classic Mario sound effects for like little
yeah.
throwaway jokes.
I don't know. I have several questions. Is Chris Pratt gonna go? He's gonna drive to the studio where he's gonna be recording this. He's gonna
Yeah.
walk in, say hi to everybody, get his coffee from the mess room, and then he's gonna come in, and then they're gonna be like, "All right, Chris, so take a look at the script. Does it look good?" He's like, "Yeah, I mean, this seems pretty straightforward. All right, whenever you're ready." And then he looks at the script, and then it says, with Italianness, "It's
I can
me. Let's go." Like is that what he's gonna do? Is he's gonna
I
go
can-
up to a
Adding on
stand-
top of
Or
that,
is he
he's
or is
probably
he
gonna-
just going to be
Is he just gonna be
Chris
Chris Pratt?
I
Yeah.
can only imagine they hand him the script for Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and they just use that for Mario.
they just remake it and it's all Mario Kid?
Dude, if
Hell
he
yeah.
doesn't talk in an Italian accent, I'm gonna be so pissed. If he's just like,
It'd be so
oh my
I
god,
can't wait for Chris
Luigi,
Pratt
we
to
need
get-
to go, we need to go save Princess Peach.
If
That'd be
Charlie
so
Day doesn't
gross.
act like a crackhead for Luigi, I'm walking out of the theater. I'm
I
sorry.
have no problem with Charlie Day's casting. That's a great idea. To be
yeah,
honest.
I fully agree with that.
So you know
Charlie
like
Day
the
as
old
Luigi is
school.
genius.
So when Pat and I were in middle school, because we're millennials, we had fucking YouTube poops, and you had Mario voice lines from like old fucking like there was like a CDI game, like a Sega CDI game, where it was like a point and click adventure, and you followed the Mario Brothers around, and then it had all these fucking memes like where Mario would turn around the camera and go, "No." Oh, and there's toasters, there's toast. And then there was like an
It takes all
animated
colours
show.
of the ring.
There was an animated show too, and then they had like an
Yes.
Italian accent in the animated show. But in the CDI game, it was just a bunch of guys just going, "Hey Luigi." But well, yeah, Mario would just. Yeah, this is the fucking wild part, right? Mario's actor would just say, "Hey Luigi," and then Luigi would go, "Lots of spaghetti," and then he would have the Italian accent. So Luigi had the Italian accent, but Mario didn't have the Italian accent.
That's what I want to happen. I want Chris Pratt to have no accent, but Charlie Day to do an Italian accent. And then they have Beth Harmon playing Peach. I love it. This couldn't get any better.
I thought it was
Well, Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays Beth,
Or yeah-
she plays the main character in the
Yeah,
Queen's
yeah, I
Gambit.
was confused on that too. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Beth Harmon. Who is she? I remember her."
Sorry,
Oh, wait.
from the show.
Yeah.
I assume everybody's seen the Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
Jack Black as Bowser. I don't know, man.
stellar.
I'm-
That
It's
is
gonna be entertaining,
stellar.
but not because it's
Look.
accurate, but because it's Jack Black.
Jack
Yeah,
Black
I'm-
is an entertainer and a half, and I loved him. And like, I've said this to a bunch of my friends. The Kung Fu Panda trilogy is my favorite trilogy
Fire.
of all time. I love
Yeah, I
Kung
think
Fu
he can pull it
Panda,
off.
and Jack Black's performance as Poe is fucking amazing, and he's a phenomenal entertainer. That being said, Bowser is not him.
That's true.
I
but I'm
don't- I
rooting
don't
for him.
think
I think
so.
he can do it.
I believe.
I'm not
They
gonna-
should
I'm
have
not
they
gonna
should have got
trash it
Danny
until
DeVito
they-
to do it.
Yeah,
We have this super intimidating villain.
They should
Who
have
should we cast? Jack fucking Black.
they should have done
They-
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci as
Joe
Mario
Pesci as
would have been
Bowser.
sick as fuck. No, as Mario. And then you could have people
hey,
dub
fuck
over
you, Bowser!
Mario.
Hey, Bowser, suck
You
my
fuck-
dick!
You fucking jerk off. Because
Robert
then you
De
would have
Niro
had like clips of people editing together his Mario voice lines and like things from Goodfellas and Casino. That would have been great.
Luigi, you stupid motherfucker!
What was that movie with Joe Pesci and I think Marissa Tomei, or Joe Pesci's like a detective and he's trying to figure out this crime? I can't remember exactly what the name is.
What?
No
What
clue.
the fuck's name?
Fuck.
What?
I'm trying to figure
My
out.
cousin Vinny.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Y'all ever seen the movie My Cousin Vinny?
Oh
I
yes.
actually haven't.
I
My
think I
parents
have.
made me watch it. My parents were good on educating me on like 80s and
Rudy Giuliani's
Cinema and things
a
like
huge
that.
fan of My Cousin Vinny.
That's
Guys,
racist.
You know, you want to hear something
That's
No,
racist?
it's not racist. He said it. He said it at a fucking press conference.
You want to hear
I
something
thought you were
racist?
just saying it because
No!
he's a lawyer.
It's
and
a-
he's
it's a
Italian.
widely
Like,
known-
Greg,
Widely known joke
I've
when he
never
was
heard of that before.
when he was
It's so funny. Though.
he was using it as an analogy to describe alleged election fraud. And he was using the movie My Cousin Vinny as a way to describe the fraudulent election.
Aged like milk.
Remember in My Cousin Vinny when Joe Pesci? I'm a big fan of. I just can see that happening too.
I forget the
All right,
exact details. I just know.
Here's something really racist. Why did I know that they were going to cast a black guy as Toad? Why did
Fucking
that?
A.
Like, I saw it and I was disappointed. I didn't think about it beforehand. Like, I read this cast list and I was like, oh, this person is this, and I was like, why is the only black guy in this cast? Well, actually, there is another black guy in the cast, but
Wow, Pat.
I didn't know Kevin
Unbelievable.
Michael Richardson was until I
Alright.
googled him.
I hope
Okay,
you guys enjoyed Pat's appearance on this podcast because he's not coming back. He's
listen.
canceled.
The point is, I
Fighting
was
a
like,
twit longer
why did
as
you
we fucking speak.
why do they make the like? I don't know. I just feel like Toad is the least
Weird.
human
Why did they
Shit.
make the mushroom the black guy?
Right, dude. They're making
Come on!
You have the human Italian plumbers as the two white
This
men.
is ridiculous.
And then the Toad servant is the black guy, dude. I
Look,
like.
That's what I was gonna say. He's
At
like
least
To-
they made
Toad's
him an
like the
ally
servant.
and not the villain. Okay.
What the fuck?
Like, let's
He's
just,
like, it's like,
let's
yeah,
just
you know the good
celebrate
ones,
that.
but
One of the good ones.
yeah, I know.
Wow.
That's,
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It comes off like that.
I'm
Oh
I-
my
dead.
gosh. Pat,
I am
you can't
entirely-
say that.
I'm dead. No.
Are you seeing though that
It's
that's
over.
what I'm saying comes off from it? Look,
Pat's
Toad-
on his
Toad
hotep.
servant.
Pat's on his hotep
This-
shit right now.
Dude,
This
Toad,
is a weird way to call Nintendo out on their bullshit, Pat. Freaking racism.
I'm saying it's just why did you
Coincidence? I think
Why-
not.
I think not.
why did you only cast the animals that serve the humans as black people and not any of the humans? You know? That's all I'm asking.
Fuck, I got no argument. I think he's
Yeah,
right.
I
you
kinda
right.
tuned you out. I'm gonna be honest.
You're right, bro.
I
you
am
really-
entirely convinced Nintendo just looked up
At
popular
Nintendo,
actors
bro.
on Google
Okay,
and hired
but
everything that came up.
in their defense, they did not cast Donkey Kong as a black person. This is good.
Oh,
They cast
God.
I would have given them too much flack.
Oh,
like, holy
God.
shit.
If they had
Jesus
done that, they would have been in
Christ.
real trouble.
Hold on, Bird. To that point where you suggest they Google actors, I feel like if they would have done that, they would have chose The Rock for Donkey Kong over fucking Seth Rogen.
I would have gotten behind Dwayne the Rock Johnson as Donkey Kong.
That would be funny.
I
That
as
would have been
shit.
Like,
that would have been
he is
fucking
Toad.
hilarious.
Mario, what's more important
What's more
than your
important?
princess?
You-
Family.
Do you smell what the Kong is cooking? Fucking
Your princess is
Donkey
in another
Kong!
castle.
Donkey
Family
Kong,
is more
you
important.
can't. Princess Peach is like, Donkey Kong, you can't do that. Shut up, bitch.
Oh my god.
Donkey Kong, are you gonna help me save the princess? No. Why not? Because. Just walks out.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, we should have been in the room. Whoever was calling the shots here, they fucked up.
Look,
I would have
swear-
liked Stone Cold Steve Austin as Mario. You wanna know what I had? A bowl of spaghetti. Hell yeah! You wanna know what I had again? Another bowl
Mario's
of
a
spaghetti.
drunk. I had 1 beer. I had 2 beers. I had 3 beers. I had another beer. I had another beer. And I had a piece of cheesecake.
Oh yeah, brother.
I don't know what the fuck this movie is. So this is animated. It's completely animated.
I'm assuming
Yes.
it's animated. There's no way they're gonna make
Yeah.
Chris Pratt look like
They're
Mario.
gonna dress him up in the costume. He's gonna-
Or
It wouldn't be
better
that much of a
yet,
stretch.
they're gonna actually dress Danny DeVito up as Mario, and he's just gonna be voiced by Chris Pratt. Danny DeVito's just gonna lip sync the
Gonna
entire
lip sync.
fucking movie.
Remember, there was a '93 movie. There was a '93. This was not
Oh
the first
my
attempt.
God.
This is not the first
Yeah, I
attempt
saw
at a
that
Super
years
Mario
ago.
Brothers movie. Yeah,
Yes.
and
Oh god, I remember this.
They were hammered on set the entire time of that movie, dude.
Yeah.
Just
And it
absolutely plastered.
And it was shot like a 70s porno. The whole thing was
It
painful.
looked like a
It was-
70s porno. Like, come on.
It was so grimy, dude.
oh man,
That just reminds me of the 2001 film Bones, featuring Snoop Dogg, who was entirely
Yes.
high off his ass the
He's just-
entire shoot.
Well, Snoop Dogg's always high. You can't catch that man without a
No,
blunt. in his hand.
he drinks Coronas now, dude.
Yeah.
What? Instead of smoking?
Have you seen the commercials, man?
What you mean? He does
No,
reggae
no,
now.
but he's still smoking. There's no way.
We
Oh,
should
yeah,
cancel
definitely.
Snoop Dogg for not being able to put an end to coronavirus.
Snoop Dogg's
I'm
responsible.
pretty sure Snoop Dogg's response to coronavirus is just to smoke weed.
And you
Yeah.
know what? That's Seth Rogen's response too, and he's Donkey Kong, and I question that. I don't know if that's gonna be good.
He's gonna be too high.
He'll be alright.
He's
If
gonna
they
go. He's gonna go up to the mic and he's just gonna be like, oh, monkey.
Maybe he'll do a good job.
And
I don't know.
the director's gonna be like, Seth, read the copy, please. What?
I'm kind of surprised they didn't get the A24 gang to do the Mario movie. We'd have fucking Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum, James and Dave Franco.
Oh, good God.
That's
the live action version. That's the reboot of the live action one.
yeah,
It's just gonna be Channing
absolutely.
Tatum and Jonah Hill.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fucking A. I think we beat the Mario movie to death.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
see it though.
I'm-
It's gonna be
I'm
good.
gonna
I
go
guess-
see it.
I guess I'm obligated to see it now just because
I'm gonna see it purely so I can understand the memes that
I-
people are inevitably.
I
going
never
to
saw the
post.
Sonic movie, so I missed out on all the memes
It's
there.
I
it is
like
it
the
is
Sonic
low
movie.
key. It is low key one of the better like kid oriented movies that I've seen
That's
in
good.
recent memory.
It's honestly one of the better video game movies in general.
There's an art
Like,
to
it's
making a
really
kids
good.
movie
It's
that's
hard.
not gonna make the parents like want to rip their hair out for 2 hours straight.
Mhm.
You know, like you want to
Disney and Pixar is
Yeah.
they just got that on lock, man.
exactly.
If
Yeah.
there's a way to make a
Soul,
kids movie
bro.
for kids and adults to sit back and watch, it's the Teen Titans Go to the Movies movie. I
Oh,
don't know
I
if you
heard
guys have
about-
seen that.
I remember that
It
one.
is
Yeah.
so
Blur.
it is
What is
so
that
funny.
Hillary Clinton ass title?
It is
Hillary
so
Clinton.
funny. It is so funny. I remember they want to go back in time to stop superheroes from being superheroes so they could get the spotlight, and they literally go to the edge of this pier over the ocean,
I remember
throw
that.
in one of those plastic soda can rings, and then choke Aquaman to death. Like that was the funniest shit I've ever seen. I could not stop laughing after that.
All right, it may be time to move into the
speaking
hard
speaking
gaming.
of go, let's see us go to the polls.
Oh,
All right, can I leave now? That was
sorry,
was
sorry.
Absolutely not.
Telling that joke gave me fucking stomach cancer. I'm gonna go.
But guys, CS:GO got a big freaking update.
oh
But
heck yeah, I'm pulled.
It's biggest
Ow,
update
God.
in a long while.
Long
Operation
what, like a
Riptide.
year.
At least a
no.
year, yeah.
Because Broken Fang was an operation that they had, but
But did
that
it-
didn't really have any gameplay changes. It had a
Yeah.
new map, a new comp map, Aztec, but this has some serious mind-altering substance type gameplay changes,
Honestly,
and
the biggest
it doesn't
change-
seem like a big deal for people who don't play, but for people who do play, especially competitively, like this is pretty huge.
Siege patches
Yeah.
be like.
Dude,
The main thing
We'll
is
get to
that
that.
you can now drop grenades, which is going to
What?
lead to yes. So
What's the point? Why?
You can like give grenades
You
to
can,
people.
yeah. So like I
Oh.
would, let's say we're going for, this is going to go over some people's heads, but let's say we want to fake control on Inferno for Banana. And we want to have a presence in Banana and kind of hold rotations there. So what your entry can throw their flashes for themselves, or their support can throw them. But then you can have your entry player drop the smokes so that they can be used, picked up off the floor when they need more smokes. Because now, if you see two smokes, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be two people there, because it could have been dropped. So I think it'll lead to like some pretty cool, interesting, like gameplay changes, but maybe not necessarily ones that are in effect all the time. I think eventually it'll get to the point where you are seeing entries leave grenades for their support players, to hold map control, to take map control while they're off somewhere else doing something on like the other side or another area of the map. But I think it's pretty massive.
For sure. And there's
Yeah.
to me the biggest change is a map change, and I'm sure
Oh
you know what I'm
yes, the
talking
Dust
about,
2. Yes.
dude. And that it's probably Dust 2 had the big rework a couple years ago, but they've cut off mid from T-spawn, so you
T-spawn.
can't see down
Which
mid
is
doors
how
anymore. It's
the
huge.
original Dust was. There
Yeah.
was that here. If you haven't seen it, I can drop a picture in
I haven't seen this.
I'll edit it into
It-
the VOD.
Yeah.
it completely changes how you're going to rotate on that site. You have to jump down into sewer slide to for mid control, but I think the biggest thing is that it's going to allow for CTs to play more aggressively up mid. So the double doors from mid, they can't be held. So it's going to be like spawn based, bind op, jump down there to watch rotations, but see who crosses. But I think that, yeah, you're going to see a fast cat up the catwalk, and then maybe a single flash dedicated towards mid so that you can get someone out through the double doors and get some up into mid, get up to rice bag.
It'll be interesting in so many different ways, because I mean you're also for the CTs it's gonna give them a lot less information.
Yeah, they don't have to use utility to cross anymore, which I think is gonna be
That's
a huge
true, but
thing.
they're also gonna have less information on like where the T's are going. It's gonna make for some dynamic play. Like T-spawn is gonna become a little bit safer for the terrorists.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you won't have to crouch to like walk across.
I'm assuming the skins are going to be aquatic themed. Riptide.
Not really. They
just kidding.
are
They're
super.
gonna be predator themed.
They are some of the sickest skins they've added.
There's a couple other gameplay changes too that are worth mentioning, like the
They added the
M4A1S.
right. Oh yeah, M4A1S now deals more body shot damage than
like closer to an AK than an
M4A4.
A4.
Yes.
Oh,
So
that's-
now, literally, the only advantage that the M4A4 has is rate of fire
Damn. They
And
really gotta,
ammo,
They really
but-
got to do me dirty like that, huh?
and ammo count. But M4A1S is going to be higher damage. It's suppressed, and the big thing is it's cheaper.
And that's a big meta shift, because the A4
yes.
was the choice in the pro scene. It was either you were using the A4 or the AUG, unless you were in that 5% of people that stuck with the silence.
Man, I got my stickers on my A4 and everything. My A4 stock just dropped.
But the Deagle also got nerfed a bit, making it a little more sheriff-like, where it does less body damage and it's not going to be a two-shot more of the time.
Okay.
I think it's still a two-shot to the stomach, maybe. I haven't checked, but it's less
now
body
it is.
damage.
Yeah. And then also dualies are $300, so you might see someone buying dualies more often on round one. I think they'll completely replace at like upper level. Sometimes you'd have someone drop a P250 for someone else who buys armor,
Yeah.
and then they buy utility. I think you'll see them buy dualies instead of the P250.
And I'm gonna love
Yeah.
that because I buy dualies on T side pistol rounds sometimes when I'm feeling
Again,
spicy.
and against armor, it actually deals more damage to shoot them in the legs. I think it'd be really funny if like the new like meta was just running around with dualies, shooting people in the legs. That'd be funny, I think.
And before the skins and before Riot Shield, the only other thing I wanted to mention was the new competitive short mode. Where
Yes, it's
first to
best of
nines.
6. Yeah, it's best of 16.
Best.
Yeah,
Oh, 16.
instead of best of 30.
So
So
similar to
first
Valorant.
to 9.
Yeah.
Like a Valorant style game mode.
So here are
Yeah, but even shorter.
here's the case and the skins in there, and then at the top you can select the new collections. Big
Oh,
thing
that-
is
that
is
nice.
the Riptide case knives have butterfly knife in it, which is really I'm into CS:GO skins and the market and trading and stuff. So yeah, these are
really
all
nice.
yeah.
More
Ooh, I
stuff.
kind of
to
like
buy.
I
all
think-
of them.
Yeah, even like the mil spec, like the Black Lotus, I think is really cool.
Can we
Yeah,
pivot
It's got
to
like some
Can we pivot to Valorant very
Yeah.
briefly here? Because
yes.
it's very
Sure,
it's
I'm
obviously
done with CS:GO.
Val and CS:GO are very similar. This freaking game got 700K concurrent at Berlin on Twitch. No,
Yeah,
let me.
it's
I
almost
want
like
to say it
Riot-
again in case anybody listening missed it. 700,000 people at once. That's
So
like
just recently there was ESL Pro League Season 14 finals. It was I'm trying to find the numbers. Peak viewer was 758,500.
when was that for CS:GO?
Yeah.
That was CS:GO. That was just ESL Season 14 Pro League.
Just a regular season, not a LAN.
Was the finals.
Oh, the
but
finals,
it was
okay.
online.
Okay,
It
so
was the
peak what?
finals for Season 14 and it was online.
So the finals. It
It
was an
peaked at
online. Okay, online finals 750,
Yeah.
and this was
Yeah.
a LAN that's not the championship, but like a major LAN. Was hitting 700 for Val.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
It's amazing how
Yes.
many viewers your game can get when you support the
Mhm.
game and make good decisions.
And
Oh,
also,
we're not
looking at
we're not attacking anyone. Surely we're not.
Yeah, definitely not thinking about Ubisoft
That's
here.
not that's in no reference to anyone.
Okay, I'm just gonna be blunt. And you know the people that are still salty about the Valorant content are gonna leave something mean to say after I say this. If you don't think this game is popular by now, you're either on drugs or you're stupid.
probably.
mean-
I'm on drugs.
Like, I don't know what else to tell people. The Valorant is, I haven't seen something like this happen since CS:GO, and CS had like years before, right? CS:GO had CS for years
Yeah.
before CS:GO ever got released.
What about Fortnite?
Valorant, yeah, Fortnite's, you know,
I mean, was Fortnite as big as Valorant? I don't know. I don't know the
Fortnite
number.
probably was bigger, probably still bigger, but you know, we're
wasn't exactly a
talking
comp shooter.
about purely about like tactical shooters.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Fortnite has an esports scene, and you know the
Yeah.
who was the kid who won? What, Bugga?
Booga.
Booga.
Kid Leroy.
Booga.
Booga, yeah.
Booga.
Pretty much, yeah. Just set himself
Yeah.
up for life at the age of 16. Kudos to him.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah,
I
you're right,
pretty
it's
much think that the reason why that CS:GO game had so many views was because it was for Na'Vi to win an Intel Grand Slam.
Mhm.
So that's why. So like before that, the last big major was like Cato 2021, which was, it says here, it was peak viewer was 600K,
Okay.
but the fact that it was simple winning in a big event, and it was for Intel Grand Slam. which is they get some monies. But it was other than that, it probably would not have gotten like as high viewership, I think.
I also think in Valorant's case, they allow like certain high profile streamers to co-stream the tournament. So they have like
That
Shroud and
totally
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah, it helps a ton.
CS:GO
Totally,
does CS:GO does too with
bring attention to all that.
some people.
Yeah.
I wonder who doesn't do that. Like, I feel like if you don't do it at this point, you're gonna fail as an esport.
Come on, Bethesda.
Yeah, what the fuck? Come on,
Dude.
Nintendo, get your shit together.
Fucking.
Let me
Ubisoft.
stream Skyrim.
I just think
remastering.
like the thing that strikes me with Valorant is that it has star power behind it in a way that like not a lot of games have had in a while,
Because it's
Yeah.
Riot.
and it's a
It's-
competitive esport. It's not like Fortnite. You have like Pokimane play Fortnite. You have like
It's Among Us.
Travis Scott and Drake play Fortnite. Yeah, Among Us, sus.
We have MLK play Fortnite from Beyond the Grave.
Rest in
We're
peace.
back.
So you're saying Valorant needs a Rosa Parks crossover?
Yes.
We
I think
could not
Valorant
say
needs a
that
Malcolm
and
X
just say we
crossover.
did.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you're gonna start some heavy stuff with that, but whose side is he on?
I just wanted to get a reaction. Well, okay, so the thing with Valorant is that it's the same people, but it's like alternate timelines.
Which time? Which time does he support?
I don't
them?
fucking know. It doesn't matter.
Can we do a séance and ask him? Is that rude?
Let me grab my Ouija board really quick.
Holy,
Let's grab the Luigi board from the
Is
mod.
it-
the
Alright.
Luigi board.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go to
Get
Luigi's
Charlie Day in
Haunted
here.
Mansion, get the Luigi board and summon Malcolm X really quick.
I just
Bro,
Valorant has to your point, Luke. Riot is really good at marketing competitive games. I think a lot of people obviously don't
the
like
best.
League of
They
Legends.
are the best, I think.
But they're the best at making competitive games have an appeal to not just like a bunch of sweaty nerds or dude bros, but have appeal to like a wide range of people in general, to like a wide range of gamers.
Yeah, and I think it helps that Valorant is a 5v5,
Free to play.
one life,
Mm-hmm.
free to play, yes.
That's a big part.
Plant bomb, search and destroy style. It's simple to pick up on, and there
Be run
aren't
on
any
pretty low
super
spec.
intricate. Even though there are all the different abilities, you can pretty clearly tell like what does what, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so easy to get into, and then because the ceiling is so high,
Mm-hmm.
it also you get to see some sick clips, and there's always comebacks that are happening, and there's always a reason to watch some of these games. There's
Yeah,
always some like storyline to follow.
I want to talk about the spectator HUD because holy shit, Valorant's spectator HUD at like a pro league level is nutty good. So even if you don't understand what an ability does, so let's say you're a new viewer, don't know anything about Valorant, you're watching a guy play Phoenix, and he throws his flash, and even if you don't know what the flash does, you can see. So like it'll have the blind option or the blind symbol at the top, showing how long players have been blinded for. And so even the most dim-witted numbskulls can put together, oh, that thing he just threw is a blind. It's a flashbang. And it
Very
honestly
intuitive.
just so many other things that just it's
It
not
just
cluttered.
works.
It just works. And
Kinda-
The
it's
game's if the
Ow.
game's not fun,
it's
why play
simplistic,
it?
but it gives you enough information.
And
Kind of
Stain is
interested to
gone.
see how their fighting game's gonna be when they release it.
Yeah. And speaking of games that don't have very good spectator HUDs,
Uh-oh.
Siege.
Call them out.
Well-
Drag them.
Where
Another
do I even
thing.
begin with Siege?
It's too
good-
intrusive, I feel like. That's
Let me
Yeah.
tell you one more good thing about Valorant that Siege is bad at: running. I can't run Siege on my shitty little computer.
True.
Yeah.
Imagine having no money. And imagine buying a bad computer. That's me. All right, so I try to boot up Rainbow Six.
Cringe.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is cringe to be poor. You're right. So
Is
I
it
boot up.
cringe to be an average consumer?
Reddit be like, imagine being poor.
So
Wholesome.
yeah, I
Just work harder.
I
Pull
can't run
yourself up
Rainbow
by the
Six,
bootstraps.
Go
but
on.
I need to become a professional gamer to do that, Sims, and I can't without a computer. You see the position I'm in? All right, so
Dude, business majors be like, just pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Positive income.
Hitler would be
Bitch,
like,
I'm a
Pokemon,
si-
go to
I'm
the
a-
store and buy a better PC.
Cryptocurrency, NFT.
We started
Fucking-
the school business here at my college. We call them Kelly boners because that's the name is the Kelly School Business. So they could get called Kelly boners, and now it's crypto boners. We've decided should be the universal term. So anybody now we gotta
Podcast.
spread it. Podcast boners, podcast bros, and crypto boners. All right, these are all terms that I need to see mainstream. I'm using your platform, Greg. Fuck you, self promo.
Sounds great.
absolutely.
Pat, promote your shitty laptop.
So my shitty laptop. The point is, I can play CS:GO on it. I can play Valorant on it. Valorant runs like just as well as CS:GO, even though the graphics are better. That is a big reason why people might want to play it.
Hold on, I need to interrupt you. So, are you implying that Valorant is like
More accessible,
engineered well?
better than Siege.
What?
Wow.
You're telling me it was made in mind?
What?
It's amazing how good an engine can make your game run.
That's ridiculous. That's
Yeah, it's pretty
I would
gross.
not. Wow.
Yeah, the problem with Valorant is that I can play it. That's the real problem.
I don't know. Yeah, honestly, the fact that you can even play it is just ridiculous. I mean, imagine playing Valorant.
Your game should be so inaccessible that
Imagine, yeah, I only play games that are gate kept by weird 16-year-olds with Twitter accounts
gatekeeping.
and you know and an app that they install that they can run alongside their game so that they can see the rank of the other players that they're in the competitive game with, even though everybody is in the same fucking rank anyway, because that's how a rank system in a game works usually. But
Rank is
I
an
need to know.
illusion.
I need to know their kill death ratio, their win loss ratio, their mains, you know, what they had for breakfast that morning. I need to know, or else they're not.
Their average gross income.
They might not be authentic gamers. Okay, this is important information. If I don't know it, I can't play the game. No, I mean I know a lot of people install like R6 Tracker and shit like that to find cheaters and stuff, but I never understood the like. I don't play with R6 Tracker or like R6 Tab on. I never saw the point in it. It makes no sense to me. Like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get into a game and then I'm gonna be like, oh, we're playing against Plat Ones. Oh dear. It's like
All it does is
it just like fucks with your mental anyway. Even if like if you're like a lower rank than the guy, then you're gonna be like, oh no, right? Like, do you gain an advantage by that? Like,
because if you know the enemy team has like a plat 1 or 2 on them, and you're like gold 3, gold 2, if you know that they have a plat 1, then you're gonna go and like, oh, I guess we're gonna lose. Let's just get it over with.
yeah, and then on the
We're not
reverse
gonna put
end,
any effort into it.
on the reverse end, do you gain anything by knowing, oh, these guys are golds, these guys are easy? What if they're not? What if they're not easy?
Yeah.
Like it's a silly mentality, and Siege is unique, I think, in terms of its community and how I really feel like a gatekeeps a lot. And Valorant, I don't really get that vibe. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of people that do try to gatekeep it a little bit because it's any competitive game, people try to gatekeep in any competitive esport.
But those guys are like
with,
few and far between.
Yeah, but with Val, and like the thing with Val and CS:GO is that I think that to everybody's points here, like Val is just a really accessible game, and the abilities make sense and they're intuitive and easy to understand, easy to figure out. And they promote the scene. You run around the map, and then it has a literal ad for the LAN on the map. There's
I was playing Valorant with some buddies last night. We were on Ascent, and one of them asked me, or asked all of us, I guess. So where does Ascent take place? We all say it's like Italy, Venice, and they asked, so why is there a Berlin sign up there? And we had to point out that it was an ad for the tournament.
But you know what you just did when you had that conversation? You did free advertising for Riot, and you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you did free advertising. Like you need
Bird-
to
Bird supports.
you need
Where's
to
the
join
paycheck?
a union, and
I
you
want
know,
my royalties.
yeah.
Riot.
Like I'm not saying you need to do that, but I'm just saying like Riot. That's a really smart idea on their part to just like start conversations about the esports scene, and I don't feel like Siege really does that. I mean, they put out like it's like esports collection on the little like store page, and it's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And then they scroll by, and then they queue it for rank.
Not look good.
Yeah.
I have to talk about how the community is with these pro players. Because Siege,
Oh my
we
God.
all know the casual and pro community do not get along. It's off. If you go into a comment section where a pro player is talking about nerfing this beloved operator, you'll have a bunch of casual players disagreeing. You'll have a bunch of pro league fans disagreeing with the casual players. You just have them constantly going at each other's necks. But in like Valorant or in CS:GO, you don't really have that. Like I'll be browsing the Valorant or CS:GO subreddit, and I'll see everywhere just a whole bunch of esports shit. But if I go to the Rainbow Six main subreddit, I just see funny YouTube clips, funny haha team kill, Lord Tachanka Chungus 100. I don't see anything about esports there. I'll see one thing or two, but
I think a major like thing with that whole relationship between casuals and pros and R6 comes down to the fact that like Siege wasn't supposed to last this long as a game. Like usually with any Ubisoft shooter or a Tom Clancy game, they'll support it for maybe a year, 2 at most, and then they'll move on. But Siege started to really blow up in year 2 and 3, and it's just sort of like skyrocketed from there, and it kept that studio, that game, that community in business. It kept it alive.
I would go as far as to say that Siege is by far Ubisoft's biggest selling IP. Because if you look at everything else they have like For Honor, Hyperscape, all this other random shit. It's all not doing well. I mean, I haven't heard anything.
Well, Hyperscape died. I mean, they put it out.
Hyperscape is
just
dead.
How long did
died.
Hyperscape last? How long did Hyperscape last? A year?
I didn't even play Hyperscape.
Maybe a week. No, a week maybe, dude.
You had a bunch
I
of
haven't-
streamers promote it because they got sponsored. And they're like, "Hey, this game is pretty cool," and then
tried
it died.
to do the
It
Valorant style
died.
launch, and
They offered
It
$10
just-
off coupons in their store to play Hyperscape, and I was like, it's not even worth it. I don't
Didn't they-
want to play Hyperscape.
Didn't they release it alongside Warzone too?
I think so.
Wasn't there something
around-
with
around
Dr.
that same
Disrespect? Like Dr.
timeframe.
Disrespect didn't get a hold of it. He never actually played Hyperscape, did he? Because
I have no
Dr.
idea.
Disrespect was playing Warzone.
And then
He's
you have
still
like,
on YouTube, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, Twitch
so
is
he
still
didn't get
big.
arrested.
Yeah. Wonder what
But, like,
happened there.
Hyperscape
I
came out
still wanna
July
know, dude.
2020.
July 2020. It came out
And then
it came out
Warzone.
that wow.
that long ago, and I have heard nothing
Warzone
from
came out March 2020, so it came out a few months before.
So it came out a
Hyperscape.
few months after Warzone, and then
Ubisoft
So it
announced
was
in
pretty much
October.
doomed.
Ubisoft
Yeah.
announced in October that the game had failed to meet expectations, and they would start overhauling the game's gameplay.
And then you have a game like For Honor
and
that, admittedly, I enjoyed. I loved For Honor for a decent bit, but holy shit, the balancing team. I want whatever they've been smoking, because some of the decisions that they've made,
They've been
In
they've
For
been
Honor.
smoking that Ray Strummer pack.
Me, but
Yeah.
with Siege.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I miss being able to enjoy Rainbow Six again. Like
honestly,
I played Rainbow Six from Operation Red Crow
that's when I started.
up until Modern Warfare came out. When Modern Warfare 2019 came out, I had the most fun because I had like Modern Warfare 2 vibes from that game, and Modern Warfare 2 is like my favorite game of all time.
Mhm.
But I had vibes from that game, and that's all I really wanted to play. Anytime I went back to play Siege, I did not enjoy myself. I
Yeah,
don't have fun playing that game anymore.
I'm
And
at
then
a
it
point-
just seems like all of their balancing changes, all these map reworks were just they weren't good to me.
I'm
Mhm.
at I'm
I
at a
don't
point
think those
I'm at a
good.
point now where I can't play Siege unless I'm duoing, like I'll duo or trio, and then I'll play unranked. And then if I got 4 or
Mhm.
5, I'll play ranked. But I can't solo queue.
Solo
I
queue is
tried
just ass.
to solo queue for I'm gathering clips for the Osa how to, and I had some spare time before we recorded the show today. And I said, okay, I'll just queue up for an unranked real quick and get some Osa clips. And I was pulling my hair out the entire time because it was a 4v4. One guy on the other team left, then our guy left. And it went all the way into overtime. Final match point on overtime for attack, 4-4. I went 12-4, and I still hated it the entire time, the whole way through. Even though I was having a good game, even though I was performing like decently well, I still was not having a great time because nobody on my team was calling out a fucking thing. And it
Yeah.
was
makes me
was-
sad.
I don't know how you can like fix that either. Like I don't know what you can do.
it's
It-
not
it really
playable,
just
but
makes
it's not
me-
playable without comms.
It
Siege is
makes me
not
sad
playable
to hear
without
this.
comms.
It makes me sad to hear this because the core gameplay of Rainbow Six is so good. The overall basic design of Siege is so good. It's arguably one of the best designs on the market for FPS competitive games. But the decisions that they've made here recently over the past couple of years have just made it less fun for me to enjoy. I don't like understand why I'm enjoying it less, but it just doesn't do it for me anymore. Valorant has just proven to be a superior game at this point.
You know
Yeah,
what people do in Valorant? Sorry, Bird.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I think I cut you off earlier, so I wanted to let you get a word in.
He feels
All right.
bad.
Okay. Well, I've been playing Siege since Operation Health. I started on console, played there for about 2 years, and then in the Cali season, I moved over to PC. And from there, like I had been playing PC. I was actually playing ranked. I was doing all this stuff. I got it stacked together. So I see some people, not a lot of people, but some people say, if you don't enjoy Siege and you think it's shit right now, it's because you're not good at the game. I'm not good at the game, but I've also been playing for a long time, so I know the game. I'm not mechanically skilled, but I know strats, I know team comps, I know all this stuff. And like just to belittle, or to downplay someone's complaints about a
Gatekeep.
game. Yeah, to gatekeep
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Literally.
You're gatekeeping someone's complaints, and it doesn't make any sense. If you like, you don't need a degree in fucking theoretical physics to see that Siege is going down the shitter.
This is where I'm at, right? I think that the ranked experience, like the matchmaking experience, has gotten like less enjoyable for people because, the population has of the game has decreased to a point where a lot of the only people who are still playing the game are diehards.
Mhm.
And the diehards, you tend to get people that don't take the game seriously at all because something about Siege just kind of, they have a calling to it. Something within Siege, deep within its soul, that entices them to play. But they don't really take the core mechanics of the game that seriously. They just like playing in that sandbox.
Yeah. So
Right.
like, for
Or
example,
you
Badger's
get
close friend
super
group.
sweats, or you get super fucking sweaty people that have been playing the game forever, or play it for like 10 hours a day, and they know all of the common pre-fire angles. They know all the common on angles. They know what to do if the enemy team pushes this way. They know what to do if there's a bunch of people over here. And they just run around and they play Call of Duty.
Mhm.
But it's not Call of Duty. It's map knowledge. It's map knowledge disguising itself as Call of Duty. Because in Call of Duty, people can show up anywhere at any fucking time, right? And there's certain ways to play the game that don't necessarily involve like super detailed and intense levels of game knowledge. I can play fucking Call of Duty, like easy mode. I have like a 1.4 like 3 KD in Modern Warfare 2019. I don't have a fucking problem playing with a mouse and keyboard against controller players. It's an inherent advantage that I have. In Siege, if I don't know where the fuck people are because nobody is droning or nobody is calling anything out, and I can't get the fucking wall open, I can't clear because there's no coordination among me and the other people that are in a Discord call, I can't do anything. Yeah. Like Val, in my solo queue experience in Val, people talk. People talk a lot. People
Now,
will,
most
like,
of the time, it's
people,
politically
sometimes
new.
they'll bitch. They'll
Arguably,
bitch.
they talk too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Like in Siege, the overwhelming majority of people that I hear from the overwhelming majority amount of comms that I hear from randoms in Siege are bitching about the round and what we did wrong, or backseating.
Yeah, even in the fucking event game mode on stream, you were getting backseated.
Twice.
What? Huh?
I was getting shit talk too in the all chat.
It really.
I killed a guy and he started talking shit. He's just like, "You're not good," and I'm like, "What? Why are you like this? Like it's Siege
People
is
are
like
so
attracting.
bad at shit talking too. I feel like
Yeah.
Siege players are so bad at it. So it's
They
not ridiculous.
always use the default, fucking your mom gay, I fucked your mom, all this, whatever. And it's just
There's an
at
art to
this
shit
point,
talking.
Siege is Badger, I would argue, is one of the most casual players of Siege out there. And the last time he uploaded any Siege content was 10 months ago. And
It's like
you
that
know-
with most Siege content creators. Like
yeah, look,
I've seen a bunch of groups that have made a plethora of Rainbow Six videos just because it was fun to play. Like the Goon Squad, you have
Goons,
Grizzy
yep.
and Tuxie. They all made a decent amount of their living off of Siege. And it really got to a point where a few of them literally made videos titled "My Last Rainbow Six Video," and they've stated that they don't have fun on the game anymore, so they're not gonna put out content for Rainbow Six anymore.
Gee.
And,
And
like-
it's just sad that it's gotten to that point.
I think that audience was part of the casual player base, and because of that, they then echo those opinions.
yeah.
Well, you know what, Ubisoft? I, for one, support you. You're doing a great job. You
Aw,
keep
thanks,
it up
Matt.
out there.
Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong.
That's trying to talk. That's trying
Definitely
to
no
talk the
legal
XX
issues
down
over
from
the
the
past
ledge.
year.
Listen, Ubisoft, I need you to just release Beyond Good and Evil 2. I
Yeah,
need you
stop
to release
releasing
another Splinter Cell game.
and stop releasing Skyrim remakes.
Bro, dude, I just hit the cleanest ghost of all time. Sorry, that was cool.
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
We're about
I would
what
agree.
hour? We're at the
Hour and a half.
1:30. Yeah, so we should probably wrap it up. But I think this was a fun little project that we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a good
Absolutely.
time stalling with my work. This was a blast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I had fun.
Heck yeah, college moment.
Dab.
It's
I had
always
fun
nice
actually
having
doing something with my
conversations.
life today.
Uh,
I felt like a part of something. It's nice.
Wow.
everyone
When,
who
when do I get my royalties?
Yeah, Greg, when are
oh
we
God,
getting
we
paid?
were just talking about this.
Yeah, you have my Cash App. It's fine.
We are gonna be doing this, I would assume, on a weekly basis. We'll figure it out from there. We'll see how this episode goes, and then if people like it, the audience retention is just good.
Well,
Just
bless
exploding.
this mess. Bless this kitchen.
So yeah,
I'm
Saturdays
Enough
gonna do some
love.
black magic bullshit. so
Saturdays
this
1
does well.
p.m. here on the main channel. Maybe on Spotify. I don't know how the fuck I would even do that.
Get a Spotify
Sound-
deal?
SoundCloud.
Joe Rogan type beat?
Joe Rogan. This video is sponsored by Buffalo Trace. Fucking
Hell yeah.
buy
MGM Sportsbook.
go to DraftKings.com.
Also, twitch.tv/0G Bobby Ross. That'd be great.
Hey, wait a minute.
Actually, go follow him though. Gabe is the fucking
Yes,
goat.
please. All right.
Uh,
You guys got any closing things you want to end on here?
Yeah, give me my damn royalties.
Shit. All right, we're
Rude.
gonna have to cut the camera. Cut the camera. Fuck.
Yeah,
Cut
we're
the
done
cat it
here.
off.